Hi and welcome to this Champions League podcast for the season 1920. I'm Oscar and I'm joined by my co-host as usual.
Hello, I'm Daniel, and we're going to start off today talking about the round of 16 and the first leg of it. The first game, or the first games, the two first, is going to be played on the 18th of February. So let's start off with Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool. Now, starting off with Atletico Madrid and some little bit stats for them. Looking at the group stage, they finished second in their group, 6 points behind Juventus and 4 points ahead of Bayer Leverkusen. With the 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses in that time. Looking at their top goal scorers, we actually have a draw between João Felix and Alvaro Morata, both on 2 goals. Also looking at their injuries going into this, we have Diego Costa out with a herniated disc. He's apparently back in training, but we don't know when he'll be actually ready to play. We have Kieran Trippier out with a groin strain, who's said to be back in early April. And then we have the already mentioned João Felix out with a leg injury and Hector Herrera out with a muscle injury. Both unknown, though, when they will return. We can't find it on anywhere we've been looking. So, yeah, let's look at their opponents. Liverpool. Now, they won their group 1 point ahead of Napoli. They had 4 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. The top goal scorer during that time was Mohamed Salah with 4. And looking at their injury situation, we have James Milner out with a muscle injury, unknown when he'll be ready to play, and Xherdan Shaqiri out with a calf injury, but apparently back in training. So yeah, let's actually get to the fun part and talk about the game itself. So
Yeah, looking at my predictions for the game, I'm going with a 3-1 win for Liverpool.
mhm. Yeah, the old champions of last year, Liverpool, of course. I'm actually going to go with a 2-0 win for Liverpool.
Oh,
Because yeah, Atletico Madrid, we already mentioned it, their top goal scorers are with 2 goals each, one of which is now injured. Uh, Not great. And even Morata has been a slight question mark over, but I think he'll be playing. Um,
but yeah, we're
yeah.
looking at the same goal difference at least.
Eh,
And Liverpool has been ridiculously strong in the league.
yeah,
Still, like it's not even funny.
yeah. No, it's scary how strong they look.
Yeah, they are leading with what is it? Over 20 points.
Yeah, which is more than PSG is leading in the French league, which I always thought as a one team league pretty much now
Yeah,
since PSG got all the money. But
exactly. Those other
yeah,
leagues that have been really runaways has been closer than ever right now. And Premier League is becoming like them for some reason.
yeah,
Like they were before at least.
further than ever, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So that's a weird one. But yeah, that's the first match. Yes. So yeah, the second match is between Dortmund and PSG. It's played on the same day as the other one. So if we look first begin with the home team for Dortmund, we have the actual group play. They came second in the group stage with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 loss. Those matches with 10 points. And they had FC Barcelona in front of them and Inter Milano behind them. And we're also looking at PSG, a really good team this year also, with 5 wins, 1 draw. Really, really good. With 16 points, so no full pot still. But if we look here at the scorers, we have for Dortmund Hakimi. Sorry for the first name there, I'm forgetting it. And then we have for PSG Icardi. Also with a first name I totally misplaced. Sorry for that, guys. Can you remind me, Daniel?
Mauri.
Yeah, thank you. And if we should continue to the injuries, just to check how if anyone has something bad there, we have in Dortmund Thomas Delaney with a knee problem. No idea when he's back. We have Marco Reus with a muscle injury. Should be back early March, but you never know. And Jordan Brandt with a ruptured ankle ligament. Also early March. And in PSG, we have Neymar with a bruised rib. No idea when he's back. And we have Abdou Diallo with a hamstring injury early March. So they could technically be back for the return, those early March guys.
Yeah.
But if we look at the coming match now, what do you think about it?
Well, it's still PSG, and I mean it's too early for Neymar to be injured for his sister. It's not until in early March her birth is, so he might actually be out injured right now. But I think PSG is still strong without him. I'm gonna say a 3-1 win to PSG.
Oh, I'm going against you here. I'm going with a thriller of 2-1 for Dortmund. I'm just going with why not.
Yeah, the first one where we have different winners, which is always interesting.
Yeah, that's the best ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Dortmund could take this at home. I think they have a fighting chance here.
Yeah, and they have like top goal scorer, yes, Hakimi with 4, but signing in January was the sensation from RB Salzburg, Holland, which scored 8 goals in 6 games.
Yeah.
They didn't even make it out of the group stage, but Dortmund signed him up. So yeah, him 19 and Sancho 19. They have the youth on their side, that's for sure. So yeah.
Yeah, and PSG has
It's gonna be an interesting game, I think.
They have some really good players, but Neymar being away could hurt them.
Yeah, it might actually. He's still good, even though I question his motives sometimes when not playing.
Exactly, in the March motive.
All right, moving on to the 19th of February. We're starting off with the game between Tottenham and Leipzig. Now, Tottenham finished second in their group behind Bayern München and ahead of Olympiacos with 3 wins, 1 draw, and 2 losses. Their top goal scorer was Harry Kane with 6 and 6. Pretty good. But same mentioned Harry Kane is out with a thigh muscle rupture to the early of April. Along with him in the injury list is Moussa Sissoko with a knee injury until mid-April, and Eric Lamela with a groin injury, which, according to sources, has about a 75% chance to make it to be able to play against Leipzig. But time will tell if he'll be ready in time or not. But yeah, Leipzig. They managed to win their group ahead of Lyon, 3 points ahead, getting 3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss during the group stage. The top goal scorers was Emil Forsberg and Timo Werner, both with 3 goals. Looking at their injury list, we have Ibrahima Konate with a torn muscle fiber that is said to be out until late February. So it might be possible that he'll be back, but maybe not. Moving on, we have Willie Orban with a knee injury out until April sometime. Very split if it's early or late. We have Kevin Campbell with an ankle injury out until early March. Sorry. And Tyler Adams also out with a torn muscle fiber and also out until late February. But yeah, that was the stats. Let's talk about the game. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm going for 2-1 for no 3-0. It is 3-0 for Tottenham.
For Tottenham.
Yeah.
Without Harry Kane, you still think they'll be able to score 3?
They're better without Kane.
Huh. Interesting thought.
They play better as a team.
That I can actually see. They have pretty much fluent wingers that can play up there, like Mora, Son, Bergwijn. So yeah. I though disagree. I'm thinking that Leipzig is going to win 2-1.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think Leipzig has looked amazing in the Bundesliga this season. Absolutely, Werner. He's already at 20 goals in the league. And if it weren't for a superhuman by Robert Lewandowski, he's only second in the scoring charts there. But it's he's in the form of his life right now, and yeah, I don't see Tottenham be able to stop him.
I just have a feeling about it. Like I'm feeling like Tottenham can get their revenge from the league now.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game definitely because it is two very even teams, I would say.
Yeah, it is. Like I think it will be a matter of who has the bad day.
Yeah, it might come down to that.
And let's see if we can see Super Vertonghen again. Wasn't he is in the Champions League last season, or what was it?
Yeah, against Dortmund.
Yeah, wow.
So another German side.
I think they're starting to like those German sides. But yeah, if we move on to the next game, we have Atalanta against Valencia. It's also played in the same day. And let's start focusing on the home team. Atalanta came second in the group with 2 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses, adding up to 7 points. And this was pretty close with their third place in the group because Shakhtar Donetsk had 6 points. But yeah, the group winner was Manchester City, but let's move back to them later on. And if we check scorers, we have for Atlanta, we have Pasalic leading the scores with 2 goals. So not really that much for one guy for them. And they have no injuries at all to speak of. That's really good for them. And if we move on to the away team, Valencia, they finished first in their group with 3 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss. Actually, on the same point as the second team, Chelsea, with 11 points, and just 1 point ahead of Ajax, the last year's sensation, who had 10 points. And if we check scorers, we have Rodrigo at 2 points, so it has to be pretty even distribution in that team when it comes to goals. And if we check their injury list, we have Cristiano, sorry for slaughtering it, Pizzolini with fractured kneecap. We have Ezekiel Garay with cruciate ligament rupture for season. Oh yeah, the first one, Cristiano, there was, we don't know when he's back. And Garay is away for the rest of the season. We have Manu Vallejo with sprained ankle. No idea when he's back. And we have Jesper Chilisan with a hip injury. No idea when he's back. So, Daniel, what do you think about the game?
I would say these are the two weakest teams to make it through.
Yeah.
Sorry for fans of Atalanta and Valencia, but at the teams going through, I would say these are the 2 weakest teams, along with maybe Lyon, which we come on to later. So kind of fitting or kind of funny that they actually came up against each other. But being 2, I feel kind of low-scoring teams, even though Valencia managed to win their group ahead of 2 teams that I definitely thought would finish ahead of them. I'm still going to go only with a 1-1 draw here.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be a bore, like 1-1, just 2 lucky goals. I think it's going to be a well thought out game, but still not many goals.
Yeah, I'm going for a 2-1 for Valencia. Because Atalanta is not that strong, in my opinion. And yeah, it will be a tight game, but I think Valencia will beat them in the end in this match.
Yeah.
And it will be a fight to the end.
Yeah. The thing is, if you look on Champions League only, they're in pretty good form, Atalanta, because they started the Champions League group stage with 3 losses.
Yeah.
They were at 0 points after half the group stage. They were pretty much out. but they managed to win 2 and draw 1 in the last 3, which got them the place as we talk about. So they're in good form when it comes to Champions League.
Yeah,
But
and that's a comeback.
yeah, it's not easy to do.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think in the end, I think Valencia is going to be too big. But for now, I think 1-1 will suffice.
Yeah, in the end, I think so. In the end too, but like it could be 1-1, it could be 2-1 for Valencia, but in the end they will be too big for Atalanta.
All right, let's switch week and go on to the 25th of February for the next 2 games. And we're going to start off with Chelsea versus Bayern München. Now, Chelsea, as we already mentioned, finished second in the group, same point as Valencia. And yeah, they survived, but it was close. Their top goal scorer is actually split between 3 players, all on 2 goals. We have Tammy Abraham, Cesar Azpilicueta, right back, and Jorginho. So very good split there. Striker, right back, and a centre mid. Looking at injuries, we have 2 worth mentioning, and it's Ruben Loftus-Cheek out with his Achilles tendon rupture, who might be ready, might not. It's quite hard to say. And we got Christian Pulisic with a groin injury. Same thing. He might be ready. We don't know quite yet. Now their opponent is Bayern München, and they won Group B, 8 points ahead of Tottenham in second. The only team to actually win all 6 of their games. So that's worth mentioning. Looking at their top goal scorer, it's Robert Lewandowski with 10 goals in 6 games. I feel pity for the teams that had to go up against him. Now looking at their injury, they have 2 worth mentioning, and it's Niklas Schüle out with a cruciate ligament rupture. And it's a little bit split here. Some say he'll be back in April, some say he'll be gone for the rest of the season. So time will tell who's right. The other injury is Ivan Perisic out with an ankle injury, supposedly be back in middle way through March. But yeah, statistics done. Game to talk about. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm slaughtering Chelsea. I'm giving Bayern München a 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, I'm giving Chelsea 1 goal just because they're at home.
Yeah, that's pretty much it in a way, isn't it? Yeah, I'm actually quite close there. I don't think Bayern's going to score 4 though. I still think they're going to score 3 and win 3-1.
Oh.
But 4 is definitely not. Looking at how they beat Tottenham 7-2, I mean, it's not impossible to beat Chelsea with similar numbers. So
No, it really isn't. It depends on Chelsea's youngsters here against
yeah.
the machine.
Well, they haven't been the machine in Bundesliga.
No.
They have stumbled. They have lost some important points. They are right now, I believe, top of the Bundesliga again. But it's been a hard season for them. It's
Yeah, but I
in
believe
Champions
you.
League they seem pretty impossible to beat, but the league campaign has shown that they are not.
They are human after all.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe that about Lewandowski.
Yeah.
What planet is that guy from?
Apparently not Earth.
Nope.
Seeing that you would think he would start to slow down right about now.
Yeah.
Starting to get older, his pace is going to start to diminish, but no, he doesn't care.
That guy is, when you look at his football skills, is like a good wine. He only gets better.
Yeah. Almost like a certain other attacker called Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
All right. Do you mean Zlatan is not that good, or Lewandowski is not as good as Ibrahimovic?
I mean that Zlatan is not that good.
Yeah. To be fair, right now, yeah, Lewandowski is actually way better.
Yeah. I would like to see them
But
in the same league, comparing them.
in a way, I would love to see them in the same team, see if they could even work together.
Oh, that will be
But
hard.
yeah. No, that's never gonna happen.
No. How will they? That's never really gonna happen. But yeah, if we move on to another match, we have Napoli against Barcelona on the same evening. And if we start with the home team Napoli, looking at them, they came second in the group with 3 wins, 3 draws, and 0 losses, which is good still. And 12 points for them. They were only beat by Liverpool with 1 point and got pretty comfortable away from Salzburg. And if we look at their scorers, Napoli, we have, let's find him here, one, Mertens with 5 goals, which is pretty good. It's not a lot of players that, yeah, exactly. No one has done as much as Lewandowski, but a lot of players is around 5, but that's pretty good. And they actually have no injuries at all to talk about. So that is a perfect way for them. And if we move to the away team, FC Barcelona, they're of course won their group. To no one surprise really, in my opinion at least. With 4 wins, 2 draws and 0 losses with 14 points. So not that far away from the higher score. And they had Dortmund in the group that finished in second. But yeah, if we look at their top scorer, Barcelona, we should be having the right special guy, but we don't. We have Luis Suarez for some weird reason. And looking at their injuries, more Luis Suarez with a knee surgery. He's supposed to be back early May. And we have Osama Dembele with a torn muscle injury. And he's away the rest of the season. Ouch. That's not good injuries to have. And Daniel, what do you think about the match?
Well, this is one of the more interesting ones.
Yeah.
In the entire round, because Napoli is good on scoring goals. They beat Liverpool, one of the few teams this season of. I think they might even be the only team in Europe this season that have beaten Liverpool.
Didn't Napoli's coach say if you get beaten by Napoli away, you win the Champions League?
Yeah, well, that's because last season, same thing here. Napoli and Liverpool was in the same group. Napoli won at home against Liverpool. Liverpool went on to win the title. This season, they end up again. Napoli win at home against Liverpool. So he said, yeah, Liverpool don't have to sweat it because last time when this happened, they went on to win it. So yeah.
What's your prediction?
But yeah, I'm Barcelona without Suarez, which I got to say I was surprised to know that the only 3 goals for the top goal scorer was kind of surprising. But yeah, I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw anyway.
Oh, that's interesting because I'm going with a 2-1 win for Barcelona. I still think they can do it, Barcelona.
Yeah.
They have other players after all, and they have some weird ability. I don't know how to win these kind of matches.
Well, unless you look at the Champions League semi-final last season against Liverpool.
Yeah, but that's a semi-final.
Where there were 3 goals to the good.
Yeah, this is the round of 16. This is a whole different beast.
That is true. Not the same pressures here.
Semi-final, they get sent out a lot, but not in round of 16. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think round of 16 they have been pretty successful.
Yeah. I don't have a statistic for it, but I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah. But yeah, that match is also going to be a really slugger match in my opinion. Wow.
Yeah.
That could get ugly. Because Napoli is not as bad as you think in any way. If everybody sees Barcelona on the other end and screams, yeah, Barcelona will win. So sure they will win. It's not like that anymore.
No. I mean, yeah, they're going to miss Suarez, I think, but at the same time, they have Griezmann to go into that striker role now. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to end up doing. And Messi on the right, and I don't know who's going to play on left. Maybe they give Fati a start. A 16-year-old, or maybe a 17-year-old at the moment. I don't know.
Wasn't that the guy in the league that actually had to have a a piece of paper from his parents saying that it was okay for him to play a late match.
Yeah, he was forced out of it because he was too young to say that for himself.
Yeah,
He needed a note from his parents to allow him to play.
that's apparently a rule in the Spanish league.
Yeah. So yeah,
That was pretty funny.
that's yeah, it's a funny rule, but it's a rule that you don't think about until something happens. Like, oh wait, he's too young to play without his parents' concession. Like, I love that.
Yeah, it was, but you're allowed to play. What was it? Before 8 or about before 9 or something in the evening. But after that, you can't play without consent.
Yeah, it's too late in the evening otherwise.
Yeah, do your homeworks.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I love those kind of rules.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to this, like, yeah. All right, let's move on to the last day of the first leg of the round of 16, 26th of February. We're going to start off with Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Now, this is a hard hitter. And we're going to start off with looking at Real Madrid's group stage, where they finished second behind PSG. A full 5 points behind PSG, but also a full 8 points ahead of Club Brugge in third place. So, kind of spot on for a second place all the time. Looking at their top goal scorer, it's going to land on teenage sensation Rodrigo with 4 goals after scoring hat trick in one of the games. Now, injuries for them. We have Marco Asensio out with a cruciate ligament rupture out until late March. We have Mariano Diaz just out with a knock, all I could find. And yeah, we don't know when he'll be back. And lastly, we have James Rodriguez, or James Rodriguez, should I say, hip injury, but he's back in training. But yeah, if he's going to be here, he has some time. Of course, we got pretty much half a month before, so yeah, he might be ready. Yeah, their opposition, Manchester City, won their group, 7 points ahead of Atalanta after 4 wins and 2 draws. Their top goal scorer was Raheem Sterling with 5. Their injury list include already mentioned Raheem Sterling with a thigh strain, although it's said he'll be back in late February, so he might be ready for this game. And we also got Leroy Sané out with a knee injury. He's apparently back in training, but he's been out since pretty much the start of the season, so who knows how long he'll have to be in training before he can return. So, yeah, he might be ready, might be not. But yeah, what do you think about this game?
Oh yeah, this would be a really hard one in my opinion. And I'm going with the result of 2-2.
Ah, a really hard for draw.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I typed the same thing. 2-2 draw. So the first time we actually scored the same result in a game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But
Yeah, but two
I
teams
believe,
that can score goals.
yeah.
But yeah,
This
Real
won't be a
Madrid.
runaway.
No, but Real Madrid, a Champions League powerhouse for quite a few years now. Looked a little bit off last year, being knocked out by Ajax, and didn't look as good then. And now they're back again. Manchester City, I would say one of Europe's best teams, but they have never succeeded in the Champions League. So,
And they're
kind of different sides on
don't
the.
forget the big weakness, the defense.
Yes. Although I gotta say that about Manchester City, their the best defender, Aymeric Laporte, has been out for a long, long time, but he's rumored to be back in training and readying up. He wasn't even on the injury list when I sat down to type in find all the injuries for players to record this video. So he's not even on the injury list anymore. So having back your best defender, it's going to mean a lot to the Manchester City side.
Maybe then they don't have to play with Otamendi.
No, hopefully not. Because Laporte Fernandinho sounds like a good pairing.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're actually agreeing on something here.
Yeah, for once.
Woohoo! I bet that won't happen again.
Well, time will tell. We have one more game to go through.
Exactly. So let's start with that one. It's Lyon against Juventus. And if we look at the home team first, we have Lyon with 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses, actually. So really even between them. With 8 points, they were in Group G. And they have Leipzig in front of them. And they have Benfica and Zenit right behind them with 1 point less than Lyon. And that has to be that was really interesting to the end, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's really rough. And yeah, if we start looking at stats, Lyon have Memphis Depay with 5 goals. That was the top scorer. And moving on to the injuries, we have 4 players here. We have Memphis Depay with cruciate ligament rupture. Somewhere around May season, he should be back. And we have Jeffrey Adelaide. Oh, slaughtering that again. With the same injury, actually, cruciate ligament rupture. And it's also May or season. And we have Leo Dubois with meniscal injury. And early March, so he could be back for the second game. Oh, and we have Yusuf Khan with an ankle injury. And we have no idea when he's back. And moving on to the away team, we have Juventus. And they're actually the group winners in their group. And what a group. What a group win. With 5 wins and 1 draw. That's pretty good. Countering the fact that they have Atletico Madrid in the group. And they got 16 points, and Atletico was behind them with 10. So yeah, pretty decent win. And if we look at the scorer for Juventus, we have Dybala. Sorry for slaughtering that once again. With 3 goals. And if we go injury-wise with them, we have 4 injuries there too. We have Sergio Chiellini with cruciate ligament rupture. Damn, that injury is popular. We have Sami Khedira with a knee surgery. Both of them are early March. We have Douglas Costa with a muscle injury, late February. And we have Federico Bernardeschi with a calf problem, late February. So, yeah, what do you think about the match, Daniel?
Well, they have had trouble scoring goals, it feels like, this season, both Champions League and in league at home. But I think they're still Lyon without their best goal scorer in Memphis Depay, the only one to score more than 1 goal in the group stages. But I'm going to go for a paltry 1-0 win to Juventus.
Oh.
I think Lyon is going to go all defensive, and Juventus is going to have a hard time breaking them down. But they're going to go 1 goal out of it.
I'm actually going pretty crazy if we compare to you here. I'm going with the old Juventus is back. 4-1 for them.
Oh, that is very different.
Yeah, it has to what do you say? Go back to usual sooner or later.
You could always hope.
And I think this is the match that we get Juventus back.
Yeah, Ronaldo does love Champions League groups, like finishing rounds.
Yeah.
Not group stages as much. So who knows? Maybe he'll wake up now.
Yeah, he has been sleeping a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if it's
potential.
the team around him. Yeah. I don't know if it's the team around him or if he's starting to slow down, Cristiano Ronaldo, because he has not scored as many goals. He's not shooting as much as he did before. He's not creating as much as he used to do before. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he's getting old.
For him, he's just, yeah, he is getting old.
Yeah.
But
he's not Lewandowski after all.
Well, he is also what, 2 years older,
Yeah,
I
but
think.
still, like he has not aged as well.
Well, at Lewandowski's current age, Ronaldo was still killing it in La Liga.
Yeah,
So 2 years later, and he's starting to feel like he's slowing down. And maybe that will happen to Lewandowski too. So
let's hope not.
we never know.
No. But yeah, I think Juventus will win that round completely.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
they're definitely big favorites
yeah, they really are.
for
But it
for
would be.
the for the
I
game against Lyon.
I
Yeah,
always love it when the small team wins.
yeah,
Okay, not if it's against my team. Okay, I have even rooted against my team in that situation. Last year,
yeah,
Ajax was amazing.
yeah,
I hoped for them. I hoped for them to the end.
yeah. Me too.
But yeah, and if you count news-wise, just want to add that. Looks like Manchester City will be away from Champions League for the next 2 seasons.
Yeah,
And that will create a funny thing in the Premier League because we had a pretty funny thing last year because Manchester City won everything.
yeah.
Yeah, so they were
Well,
pretty
domestically.
yeah, domestically, and that created some new spots for what should we say, not as good teams.
Yeah.
And we will have the same thing next year and the year after that. So even if this sounds ridiculous, right now we have Sheffield United coming to the next Champions League.
Which I would love. At least, I don't know, fifth or fourth place. Is that qualifying or is that straight to the group stages?
For,
I don't actually know.
I have no idea about that, but I think it's 4 spots in England. And now we have the 5th place also a spot because I doubt that Manchester City will fall out from the Champions League spots.
No, I don't think that's going to happen either.
Is that even possible right now?
Yeah, it is possible, right?
Yeah.
Purely mathematically, it's still very possible for City to drop out. I think
Yeah.
out of the top 4, top 5 in this sense.
Yeah.
But will they actually do it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's like it's still mathematically possible for Manchester City to catch Liverpool.
Yeah.
But will they do it? I don't think so.
No.
So
Yeah. But that's
yeah, so interesting. This is going to be for a little while Manchester City's last chance to win the Champions League.
yeah, and they have to go for it.
Yeah, and this might be Guardiola's last chance to win it with Manchester City. Because to be fully honest, I don't see him staying another 3 years in Manchester.
Oh, I don't think so either.
So if he wants to win it with Manchester City, this is probably his last chance.
Yeah. And yeah, I have no idea who will replace him. That's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
But still, we should give you some Champions League news, and that's a big news thing. One of the big ones is not going to play for the next coming 2 years. But yeah, I think we will be back after the first leg of the round of 16.
Yes.
With a new episode. Let's see what happened then. We will have seen a few matches, and hopefully it will be exciting.
Well, it's Champions League. It's always exciting one way or the other.
Exactly.
I think. So.
And let's hope for a new Ajax.
Yeah, so yeah, let's finish with that. Surprising teams that go further than we anticipate.
Oh.
Which team do we think can surprise the most?
Oh,
we haven't talked about this, so this is on the top of my head right now.
Yeah, this will be rough.
Yeah, I think I got which team I'm going to choose, but I'm going to let you think for a bit before I say mine, so I don't color your decision.
No, the team will be surprised most. My God, there's a lot of teams here that should be able to win. So it's not a lot of teams to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion,
that's the difficulty. Sadly, yeah.
I actually think. What should we say here? I think Chelsea will be beaten out completely now. That's away. The team that will surprise. Oh my God, this is really hard. Who could surprise her?
Well, then I'm going to start with mine. And maybe that will make you thinking. My surprise pick for getting long, maybe not winning the tournament, but getting far. I would say that Leipzig actually could be one of those teams because they don't belong in the top echelon of European football yet.
Mm.
They are fighting very hard to be part of the top of German football right now, and they're doing a very good job doing so. But yeah, I'm gonna take them as my maybe even semi-final.
Mm.
Like, I don't think they're gonna make it to the final. I don't think they're gonna win, but they might be the team that goes further than anyone expected.
I have to go with one team because I only have one surprise team that could actually do something, and yeah, that's Valencia.
Yeah.
I have counted the others to go out.
Yeah, they face off against Atalanta,
Yeah.
which is
But
definitely the
if
easiest team they could have gotten, I think.
but if anyone
So,
surprises, if I gonna count my prediction result out, I have to go. I have to take Leipzig that they go further if they manage to beat Tottenham.
Yeah.
They can go really far.
Yeah.
Because they have impressed in the league.
Very much so. And they have a very hungry striker, and they have a very well functioning team this season under their new trainer or
Yeah.
manager, should I say. So, yeah.
We really have. Yeah, we will
Yeah.
be. What date will we be back, Daniel? Do you have a round
That's a
estimate?
good idea. I don't actually know the dates, so
No,
sadly I
that's
can't
right.
tell you.
The 10th of March will be the next starting of the next.
All right.
It's the second legs there. So we
Yeah.
should be back in the beginning of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep. Thank you for listening. And it's been fun recording it as usually, and I hope it has been fun to listen to it. That's all from us for this time. Bye.
Bye.